Hey guys, my name is Ethan, this is Carberra. Welcome to the series where I teach you how to build Discord or pop up for your server. Today we will talk about welcoming members to the server, so let's get into it. We're actually going to start by creating a brand new cog. So we are going to go in here and we're going to create it. I don't know actually. I guess welcome? Sure, we'll call it welcome. We'll call it the welcome cog. That sounds, even though it's going to be handling goodbye messages as well, but So from discord.ext.commands import cog and then not cpg. From discords.ext.commands import command and then class welcome cog def init self dot equals bot at cog.command listener with parentheses async def on ready self if not self dot bot dot ready. I actually don't remember how this works. This is a bit, I'll just copy and paste it, it's fine. I don't know, I use a slightly modified version of my bots nowadays, so and then we just need to change this to welcome. We change this to, there we go. We got about halfway through before forgetting, ironically, how my own system worked in mine. So now we have our cog. Now the main part about this is actually showing you that all sorts of different events can happen in different cogs. So we're going to be doing all of our on guild join stuff here, not in the actual bot, and that works. So we need 2 more listeners, so we need another cog listener, async def on member join, that was it. Self, and then that takes member as well, and then we'll pass that for now, and then at cog listener async def on member leave self dot member, not self dot member, self comma member pass. So this handles members joining and members leaving. It also handles if a user actually deletes their account. This on member leave will fire, so you don't need to worry about anything else. On member join, well, what do you want to do? Well, in our particular example, we want to add the member to the database. We have our build SQL here. We want to add our user to the experience system that we haven't set up yet, but it's fine. So we want to add them to the experience stuff. The experience stuff isn't there, it's just kind of here for now, so we can actually do the welcoming stuff and actually add them into the database now, even though we're doing that later down the line. We also want to send a welcome message to a welcome channel. So for this server, it would be, at least for now, welcome. I'm probably going to change this. I'm thinking of changing how the welcome and goodbye stuff works, so it's actually in the same channel after this bot is done. But we're going to be, we're just going to be sending them to. Actually, we're going to create new channels down here, so it's not, so it's out of the way. We're going to send them to 2 different channels for now, just so I can show you how they work, and then I'll edit everything once it comes to actually deploying this bot properly into this server, once it replaces tutorial bot here. We also want to send the user a DM if possible. I'm not a massive fan of this, but a lot of people in my Discord server wanted to know how to do this, so I'm doing it. Do it if you want. And we also want to give them a role. In this server we want to give them 2 roles, but it's the same process, you just add more roles basically. So the first of those things we want to do is we want to add them to the database. So we can simply do db.execute insert into exp, wasn't it? Insert into exp values. Nope, it'll be, what is it again? I need to actually look up. Everything else is default, so it's just user ID. User ID, values, and then member.id. So what that will do is we'll just add the user to the table because our XP, our level, and our XP lock are all defaulted. We don't need to add those in. The database will automatically set their XP to 0, set their level to 0, and their XP lock to the current time. So we don't need to worry about that, which is nice. It makes our job a lot easier. So the next thing we want to do is we want to send a welcome message. So you can simply do something like be what self.bot.getChannel and then actually get the channel ID. I'm not going to be doing ultra customizability. We're just going to be showing you how to do it because I want you to, develop on your own. This is just kind of the building blocks to how to do this. I'm showing you how to do everything. Some people think seem to think. We've had a few people enter the server and go, "Hey, can you build me a bot for free?" No, we don't do that. If you're going to join the server and do that, then don't. And I'm not saying who because I don't want to shame anyone. If anyone does know, don't say either. Welcome, and then this will be our member mention. And then we can have something simple like that, I suppose. You could do head over to. Oh, we don't actually need that. We'll just put that there for now. Say hi. Can do here is we can actually just like hard code a channel. So if you want to say head over to general to say hi, like the other bot does, we could just do that and then that. And that will just automatically, because that is a mention string, it will just mention the thing. The member, we obviously need the object, but this will just mention the member pretty much. So I think the message is pretty much exactly the same as this one. Oh no, I've actually put a welcome to the guild. Oh, we'll put that in there as well. Welcome to member.guild.name. There we go. And then we'll have that in bold, I suppose. Why not? To say hi, and then that needs to be a question mark. Not question mark, exclamation mark. So alternatively, you could like set this up before, or you could have something in a database where you have the ID of a channel and get something like await self.bot.getChannel db.field select from wherever. You can do that, and then have a command that updates, much like we did our prefix from before, from the last video. That I've still got to edit. That's going to be a nightmare. But you can do something like that. You can also DM the member. So you can do await self, await member.send. Welcome to member.guild.name. Enjoy your stay or something, I don't know. And then we can do give role. So we can do something like a member dot adds roles. Now, as I'm doing, well, actually, I won't get ahead of myself. I'll do this one thing at a time. I'm trying to jump like 3 steps forward here. So this takes a list of roles, but it takes it one argument at a time as like args. So you would pass, say you had a role, I don't know, say like role 1 was an object and role 2 was an object. You'd pass it through like that. You wouldn't pass it through as a list. If you did have a list, you would pass it in like that. So yeah, so you'd either do role 1, role 2, or all list of roles is how you would do it. If you're passing in more than 2 roles, I wouldn't recommend using this, but I'll talk about that in a second. So what we are going to do is we're going to do, I'm actually going to create a tuple here because I again want to do 2. Member.guild.getRole ID for ID in, and then make another tuple, and then we're going to go quickly grab the announcements role from here and the videos role from here as well. Thanks, Mizuki. It's basically in my server, you're given these two roles as you join, and then you can opt out of them if you don't want the notifications. I think that's probably just the best way to do it. So this essentially creates a list. Well, it's actually it's creating a tuple, I should say. Well, it's creating a generator actually of roles using the member.guild.getRole function, and it's for each of these IDs it's passing them in. It's giving them the role. The reason why I say don't pass too many roles into this at once is because it updates the roles once at a time. You can do something like this, member.edit roles equals, and then you can actually just do this member.guild thing. I think it would end there. It does, fantastic. Actually, I think that needs to be a list, come to think of it. I don't know if you can get away with a generator for that, but essentially what this will do is it will update their roles to add this role, and then update it again to add this one. What this will do is it will just set their roles to this, so it would actually get rid of the other one. So you can do something like this is where it starts getting a bit awkward to do, but this second method is far faster, but it's also harder to read. So we're just going to use this other method for now. If you're doing more than 3 roles, if you're updating more than 3 roles at once, I would really not recommend using this, because it is really damn slow. If you're doing just 1 role, then by all means it's a lot better to use. So that's it, right? We've done everything. Wrong! We haven't done everything. We need to do some checks on this member.send, because there is no guarantee that the bot will actually be able to send the message, because some people might have their DMs turned off. So you can do a try and accept statement here. So try member.send accept forbidden, which we actually need to import, and then just pass. So we can do from this. I actually found out recently you don't actually need to import from Discord to errors. You can just from Discord import forbidden, and that works. I had no idea about that until like a week ago. So that's interesting. But yeah, essentially what it'll do is it will try and send a DM. If it can send a DM, it will. Otherwise, it will pass, and it will give the role. And then I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything it needs to do. Cool. So that should work now. And with any luck, no members are going to join the server while I'm doing these tests. Because that'll be awkward. Oh, it doesn't help that I got an error anyway. Cannot import commands. Oh, for God's sake! Every single time I do this, it's because it so tries to suggest commands, and I would just go with it. Right, hopefully no one joins. Someone always joins while I do a recording session, so we're gonna get unlucky. I'm gonna get my test account back up. Unfortunately, my test account I can't really record it. I might do a quick little phone recording to show that everything worked. Because actually I might. You know, I'm gonna log into my test account on the web browser version. Give me a second. Okay, so I am logged in to my web browser. Let me just get everything back so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm logged in. As you can see, I'm actually logged in as my test account there. We have 1 million servers and DMs that I just don't bloody look at. I'm gonna zoom this in a bit because I have the other one zoomed in. So if you leave the server, we've then left the server. I need to send. Do I need to send myself the link back? I don't. So if you then join the server, we go back here. You can see that an error occurred. Oh, fantastic! That's just keep myself into server S4. DB is not. Did I not import DB? I did. The best, the very best. The important DB. Okay, so we need to leave the server again. let's not leave the server with my actual account. That would be very bad indeed. There's a million things here. This is bad. This is real bad. Leave the server. Whoops. Rejoin the server. 123 members. Grief. You don't need to do that. I just keep myself in the server. Oh, it didn't error, so maybe it worked. It did work. Fantastic. Welcome to the Carberra tutorials. Head over to general and say hi. Do I have the roles? How do I check? I should really know. So I have the roles, but I will need to make sure, because my other bot assigns the same roles, I will need to make sure in the audit log that oh, piss off streaming mode. I actually don't give a shit about you. You can see that it actually didn't update the roles at all. Perhaps tutorial bot was too quick. Let me shut tutorial bot down and try that again. Just go in here, shut down, and try that again. Because it should work, shouldn't it? Or maybe you can't do it over generator. You know what? We're gonna find out. Just give me a second to re-invite myself back in. No, it didn't. Okay, so that does need to be a list then. Unique constraint failed. Oh. That's a problem. Oh, because we haven't done any of the leaving stuff yet. Whoopsie daisies. Is the bot still running? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. We need to delete this record then. I think that would be handled if we had the leave stuff going, but we don't. I don't think doing this on the generator works. Let me have a look real quick. Okay, so for some reason it didn't work. I don't know why. I can't be asked to work it out. But we're going to try it again. We're gonna leave the server and come back in. We're not gonna leave. We're not gonna do it from here. Why didn't that work? Oh, come on! What are you doing? Come on! Oh, it's a DM. Oh, so the DM worked. That was the DM. I was wondering about that. There you go. So mute, leaves. Okay, so the DM works. That's good to know. It's good to know. Join again and then see if we actually get the roles this time. Yeah, so we got the DM from 15 before. Do we get an error this time? That's not Sublime. That's Sublime. We don't. Fantastic. Let's see if we actually got the roles this time. I'm going to move these up. Oh, I can't. That's already the top server because the rest of it is bloody DM. Let's go down and we got the roles. Okay, so that worked at least. That's something. So we got our welcome messages here. I think that's an error stuff. Yeah, we got our welcome messages here. So welcome to Carberra Tutorials. Excel for app. Head over to general and say hi. Everything's linked. This actually does work. Hello. Shout out to Beastbot and Yoda there. You're welcome. And of course we got the DM from Carberra saying welcome to Carberra Tutorials, enjoy your stay. But that's not it. We've been doing this video for 20 minutes and we still haven't finished. How was this taking 20 minutes? Now we need to sort out what happens when the member leaves. So the first thing we need to do is db.execute delete from exp user ID. Nope, we don't need to do that. Delete from where user ID equals that, and then that's literally all we need. Member.id. So I'll just delete them for the database. We need to basically just rip this line, and we only actually need to do 2 lines for this one. Because we just need to remove from the database and then send a message. So we're gonna zig R, and then after we've done that, there we go. I was thinking gotta comma chameleon. I don't know if that's comma. Because I suck at life. Apparently. So what do we need to do? We need to do member dot display name has left member dot guild dot name. Cool. And then that should now just work, to be honest. So I should be able to. So if am I still in the server? I have no idea. I am. So if I now leave the server, things should happen. So we'll get an error. No, we won't. Nothing will happen. Maybe did I leave too quick? There's a chance I left too quick. My internet has been utter shite recently, so the bots have been taking forever. Is it on member remove? I think it's on member remove actually, come to think of it. I always confuse this. I think it's on member remove. Join. There we go. We got our DM from Carberra. Welcome us to Carberra tutorials. Enjoy our stay. We react to S4 to be allowed into the server. This one, not this one. And then we look in the thing and we see we've been welcomed. We look in the database to see that it hasn't updated yet. We've got to wait for the turn of the minute. Give me about 15 seconds. Cool, so are we in the database? We are in the database. Fantastico. Now if we leave the server, not that, oh god, let's not leave from there. It's not possible, but let's not do it anyway because it would be bad. If we now leave the server, we should get a message in goodbye saying accept has left Carberra tutorials, goodness, and see you in 30 seconds to check the database again. Cool. And I'm gone. It works. Everything worked. That took far too long. That really did take too long, goodness. But yes, that is, with that done, that is all I wanted to do, welcoming members and saying goodbye to them and stuff. If you like the video, and say hello down below. If you have any questions or concerns or anything, leave them down below as well. If you really like the video, and consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you're notified of future uploads. And if you really, really like the video, consider supporting me on Patreon. Of course, you don't have to, but it would be really cool of you to do. Next time, we will be talking about logging member and message updates. So whenever a member updates their nickname or a profile picture or edits their message or something like that. Yeah. See you then.